Nearly every day, Manu drives from his village to the nearby towns. He is always welcomed by the butchers. They are happy to see him emptying their garbage containers full of meat leftovers. Manu is loading his treasure on the wagon and heads to the mountains. The Griffon vultures identify his car and rush to land on trees and cliffs, knowing that he has brought them a meal. Until a few years ago, there was plenty of food available everywhere. Animal carcasses thrown by the farmers. The vultures are very diligent sanitary workers. They never go on strike, never complain, and eliminate the carcasses efficiently and for free. For thousands of years, the vultures and the farmers lived harmoniously, helping each other. The farmers throw, and the vultures clean. For several years, however, the situation was completely different. A law was changed in the Aragon region, and farmers were not allowed to dispose of the carcasses anymore. Instead, they were forced to send them away to crematoria, a very expensive, energy-consuming, and air-polluting process. The harmonious balance was disturbed. Farmers were embittered, and the vultures were starved.
Los buitres no crían porque no tienen comida. Ellos lo saben muy bien. Si no hay comida, pasan de criar.
Manu's relationship with the vultures began in his childhood, when one day his grandfather took him to a hill on the outskirts of the village where the villagers threw their farm animal carcasses. This was the first time he was able to closely watch the vultures, and he was immediately enchanted by them. Manu returned countless times to watch them again and again. One day, he even hid in the skeleton of a cow to reach out to touch the vultures. Years later, he was contacted by an old shepherd who found a vulture's nestling which fell from the nest. The shepherd and his wife, who were childless, called the nestling Leonardo and raised him like a son. "Leonardo, come home! Leonardo, food!" And he flew in and dined with them. When the shepherd and his wife had to move to a home for elderly people, they searched for a new home for Leonardo and were happy to find Manu. Manu agreed to take Leonardo, but only if the vulture were to be returned to nature. The shepherd and his wife shed tears, and Leonardo moved in with Manu and his family. The whole village knew Leonardo, who was especially adored by the children. Leonardo used to stand in a stork's nest on top of the church tower and wait for the children to return from school. When he saw the children, he immediately jumped and flew down to welcome them. Manu tried several times to bring Leonardo back to nature. However, Leonardo preferred human company over vultures and always returned to the village. In order to make Leonardo more acquainted with other vultures, Manu put a ring on Leonardo's leg and tied it with a rope to the top of the hill so he could spend longer time with vultures. One night, 2 hunters from the village shot Leonardo. The village was crying along with Manu, as if one of the villagers died. "Why?" Manu asked the killers. "Just because," they replied. Manu decided to dedicate his life to helping the vultures. Together with friends, he founded the Friends of the Vultures Association and a small visitor center in the small village of Santa Celia to make people more aware of the vultures, to persuade them that vultures are harmless to humans, and help the vultures survive, hoping that once more the vultures can live safely and harmoniously with people.